What's going on, YouTube family? This is Antonio McCloud. The book that I want to present to you is called Ghostwriter. Subtitle, You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me by Antonio McCloud. Ghostwriter of the Machiavelli album. First off, I want to start by saying Tupac Shakur was a leader for the black race, my race. He spoke truth to power. He brought the realness to light. He gave insight where there was confusion. And he made every black man in America believe in the post-Panther movement. When I say post, I mean the lingering of the residue of a full, complete movement that had been broken down and made to be a vocal or a visual, and not the actual example we saw in the late 60s and the early 70s. I want to start by saying that Tupac was the son of the Panthers. Somewhere I read a while ago that the actual Christ was also the son of the Panthers, and that he learned from Pandora, and that as a result of that, his name was Yahshua ben Pandora, son of the Panthers. Tupac was the only man 2,000 years later that fit that description. Whether he knew Pandora or not, I don't really know. All I know is that Pandora actually exists, and that I've been in his midst on at least 3 separate occasions. I want to thank Pandora and Tupac for actually being a part of the 7-Year Theory, which was a protest song I did for Darryl Hunt and the Darryl Hunt movement, protesting his wrongful conviction. And all of this transpiring exactly 7 years after Tupac's death. The other thing I want to talk about is that how the powers that be felt like Tupac was a danger to their society. This is a complete example of how man chose to counteract what God's will was. God's will was for Tupac to be our leader as black people. And he wasn't leaving here unless they made those arrangements to actually make him leave unnaturally. From the looks of it, you would know that it's God's will for him to be here, because the first assassination in 1994 was not successful. he was going to do God's work. And the second assassination was very untimely. However, they knew that they weren't going to just kill Tupac by bullets alone. My guess is that they were going to get him to that operating table some kind of way, and they were going to take him out in the hospital themselves. The reason I say that is because since when does it take removing somebody's lungs or somebody's lung and part of their rib cage to actually get out a bullet? Listen, I played football, and it's hard to breathe with a fractured rib, yet alone a broken one or one that's removed. So they removed Tupac's two of his ribs and his lung. Who was going to survive that? And you got to realize those operations were merely to take him completely out of here, take him off the face of the planet. I mean, forget suing Death Row, forget suing the government. If anything, I would have been suing that hospital that had Tupac on his deathbed and the operations that they actually used to kill him. Tupac was my motivation in life. When I was working in 9-5 and 9-6, you know, I would be motivated by listening to All Eyes on Me, you know, and it got me through my work days, you know, living check to check, you know, riding on the highway, going to work, listening to All Eyes on Me really kept my spirits up. And even if it wasn't meant for me to become a part of some type of movement, I mean, motivating somebody for work every day was enough. And I like to also remind you that I am a ghostwriter for the Machiavelli album, and it's called You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me. And I named it the subtitle You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me because Tupac didn't have to use my lyrics. He's a talented writer, but he knew that I was a black man that wanted to be a part of his movement. So in essence, he used the lyrics. And after he had passed away, I got word from Taliba Mbonisi that he had actually used the lyrics and they needed my permission to actually release the Machiavelli album. And of course I gave my consent to release, and history was made. Machiavelli to me represents the leadership that he left behind, and for somebody else to pick up the torch and follow in his footsteps. As you can see, I tried with the book, with the lyrics, with the protest song that I did called Darryl Hunt Video, which is on YouTube, which was done 7 years after Tupac's death, which I call it the 7-year theory. And to show you how powerful it was, Pandora orchestrated this whole thing. And I would like to call this segment part one. I'm gonna let you listen to this, and you can like it or subscribe, and whatever feedback I get or whatever questions I get, um, I'll talk about that and answer your questions on part two. Thank you for your time. My name is Antonio McCloud, aka Hotep. Check out Hotep Godfather Hip Hop on YouTube. Check out Hotep full album and many more songs on YouTube under Antonio McCloud or Hotep, Hotep. Thank you for your time. Have a nice year.